Hello and welcome to this very special unboxing where myself and Brett are going to be taking a look at a model of a car that is incredibly special to me, and that is the Ford Fiesta Mark II. Now, this one's classed as the 1983 Ford Fiesta Mark II. Now, this model is incredibly special to me.
This model.
The reason is, when I was 17 in 1997, the most popular cars to learn to drive in were Vauxhall Novas, Volkswagen Golfs, Ford Fiestas and Minis, and Mini Metros as well. And they were incredibly popular. And I had a 1987 Mark II Fiesta, and mine was black, and it had spotlights on the front and the XR2 spoiler on the back, and I absolutely loved that car. I got so many fond memories of it. And this car, when I found out that Matchbox they've done two models. They've done this one and a red one, and when I found out they had this, I really wanted to get one, because I have for the longest time wanted a model of the Mark II Fiesta, and I haven't seen one. And then this one came out and I started to think I'd never get it. But I met somebody whilst looking at some Diecast cars the other day, and we were talking, and we said we'd help each other out with finding cars when we can. And I told him what I wanted, gave him my phone number, and he actually phoned me that very same night because he found this. And I couldn't believe it. He managed to find the Ford Fiesta for me. So I met up with him and got it from him, and he actually gave it to me. So I really appreciate that. So I want to say a huge thank you to Chris, who found this car and gave it to me. I really do appreciate it. And ever since I've got it from him, I've looked at it a few times, and I've had so many memories of my Fiesta. Just keeps coming back, and stuff that I'd forgotten for so long, like, just keeps coming back to me. So this model is very special to me. I really do like it. The memories, not only of the Fiesta itself, but at the time when I was learning to drive, I had a driving instructor from an actual driving school was teaching me. My mum would drive with me, and my uncle really drove with me the most, and we went all over the place. I got so many fond memories of my uncle, and unfortunately my uncle passed away 4 years ago, and I didn't get to see him before he went. And just looking at this model and remembering all the stuff that we did together while I was learning to drive, there were such fond, happy memories, and I really do love this car. Now, when you look at this, what you got to remember is some people had Mark II Fiestas that were just the basic model or shell of the car, where this was all flat, this would have been all one colour, there'd be no spotlights. Then other people, especially if you had the XR2, you had spotlights, side skirts and a spoiler, and you also had some with sunroofs and stuff like that. My car had spotlights, the XR2 spoiler and a sunroof. So this car, so you've got to remember, some people would have spotlights and a spoiler, some would have no spotlights, a spoiler, and some would have spotlights, maybe the side skirt if they were doing it up, but you wouldn't necessarily have everything. And because this isn't listed as an XR2, the fact that the spotlights are missing doesn't really matter. It could be that a boy racer was in the middle of trying to make a lookalike XR2. That used to happen. They used to buy side skirts and everything. Like I said, mine when I bought it had a spoiler and the spots, but didn't have the side skirts, so it was almost looking like an XR2.
Bit odd.
And my car actually belonged to an ex-footballer that was a footballer for one of the two big teams in my city. which I won't name them because it'd give away my city. So
And you can't give that away for free.
no. But look
That's
at
paid
that.
by a city.
Eh?
You have to pay by a city.
So, what a brilliant model. Look at that. I think the casting of this is awesome. So I'm going to let Brett open this one because I actually got two of them. And one is for me and Brett and maybe Owen to play with and race down our track, which we will be doing after Christmas, I expect. And the other one is for me to display in my cabinet downstairs, which I really love.
So how many pieces do you want opened in?
One. I want it gently done.
Well, if you wanted one piece, then here you go then.
Not funny. Wait, gently do it. Gently. Gently. You're not doing it the way I said anyway. Come on, open it up. Come on in.
And there you go, there's
You're a nuisance.
a picture of the car. And therefore here is the under half of the car.
He's very light. Take that out of the way. And that. Dipstick. Look at that. That is
A car.
well done. Very impressive. The other thing is, what would have been on a XR2 was pepper pot wheels. And they used to come up for sale every now and then.
Very descriptive.
Yeah, it's because they look like pepper pots. It was like a wheel, but it had holes in it. And there was two types. There was one for the Fiesta and one for the Escort. And people would always want them. My car, actually, this is quite close. Because my car had 5-spoke alloys. Because originally it had cream wheel trims. And I didn't like them that much. So I bought 5-spoke alloy wheels. I originally asked for 3, but they didn't have them in stock. So I settled for 5.
Why did you want 3?
Eh?
Why did you want 3 and not 5?
3-spoke alloys. They were cool.
Were they?
Yeah, a friend of mine had a Mini Metro in red and black, and they had the 3-spoke alloys.
Spoke.
Spoke. No, don't take the mickey. Right, but look at that. The casting on this is so fantastic. Do you know what, Brett?
Mm-hmm.
I did so much to my car, but one of the things I did was change the number plates.
Mm-hmm.
I had some ones made up. And when the car went, I took the number plates back off, put the old ones back on. I still got them down the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of mine was a locksmith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with key car. And he said, we got this experimental metal that we're making keys out of, which was really thin. Mm-hmm. And he made me a car key out of that. So I still got the car key. It's down in the kitchen.
So you've got the car key and you've got the number plates,
Yeah.
but you don't have the car.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quite honest, you probably took the least important parts away from that car.
Well, I wish I kept the car.
Why didn't you then?
I couldn't. The I might talk about that on another time, but fate had other plans.
Fate didn't want you to keep the car then.
A tow truck driver didn't. Alright, I'll tell you what happened. I was on my way in from work and I was driving down the road and I could see this tow truck in side turning, and he was turned talking to his passenger. And as I got closer, without looking or anything, he suddenly went forwards and turned straight into the front of me. And I managed to turn a little bit, but he hit my front wing here and damaged my car. And so I was gutted. When I went home, I remember sitting on the stairs crying, like literally crying, like so upset that it happened because I love that car. And
Unfixable?
it was fixable. The problem was I didn't have any money. So I got some money to buy a car that I could go to work with. And by the time that was done, I didn't have any other money. And I was offered by the guy who bought it. He said, did I want to sell it or did I want to fix it? And I really wanted to fix it but it would have cost so much that I couldn't afford it. So I had to sell it. And funnily enough, I paid 1,650 quid for my car. I got 1,600 quid back. So I didn't lose a lot. And at the time I went for a bigger car. I went to an Orion after this, which I got a lot of memories in that, but they were a bit different. But you never forget your first car. It's a bit like your first love, really. So yeah, so a tow truck driver not paying attention robbed me of my car. But I always wish that I had it fixed. But I don't really know if it could have been, because he was saying he could, but I didn't know what had happened to the chassis. And if that got bent, then you weren't allowed to fix it. Like, not really. It would have been written off.
Bit odd.
Yeah, but my car didn't get written off because the insurance company didn't do a good job of what they were supposed to do. But anyway, look at that. You got a spoiler on this one, which looks really cool.
And there's also a number plate.
There is, but just says Fiesta Mark 2. And funnily enough, that is something that is slightly wrong, actually, because the number plate on a Fiesta Mark 2 wouldn't have been black. They would have been white at the front, yellow at the back. So I've noticed that a lot, actually, on some of the older models that both Hot Wheels and Matchbox do. They stick a lot of black number plates on, which you wouldn't have had, but never mind.
Unless maybe they're trying to make more unspecific.
Maybe. Because Fiestas and all that were available in other parts of Europe and that. But look at that. That's brilliant. The details that are in it. That's a cool looking casting. I'm really impressed with this car. And the fact that the bottom is moulded in plastic and looks like the skirts is just, yeah. I'd like to now see what the red one would look like.
I'm going to take a guess. It would look like this car, but in red.
I know, but a colour can make a massive difference. Like I said, my cousin actually was jealous of my car because she had a cream one which had no skirts, no spoiler, no spotlights or anything, and there's mine parked up behind her looking pretty much like really cool. And she was a bit jealous. So although they're the same car, they just subtle differences makes it completely different. But yeah, let us know in the comments what do you think of this casting. Myself, I loved the spoiler on the back. I'm going to give this one, I'm not going to go too mad, 10 out of 10. I love it.
So not too mad.
No, well, I didn't go 100 out of 10, did I? Which I could have done. But I love this car. I think this is...
fail.
Eh?
100 out of 10 doesn't quite work.
No, I know, it was being funny. But it is a cool car. And maybe we'll discuss some of the memories, because since I got this, the memories of this car and everything around it have just been flooding back, and it is so cool and so special. So with that being said, let us know what was your first car when you learned how to drive, and when was it, because that makes a difference. And I want to say a massive thank you to Chris for finding this for me, and hopefully I'll be able to return the favour at some point. And I'm going to enjoy looking at this model, and I'm going to reminisce with you, Brett, over some different things, because I did tell Brett some stories about my car, plus my friend's Mini, because Brett loves Minis, and I told him some of the things we got up to with that. So maybe if you're interested. In the new year we might do some motoring memories and talk about memories of what happened with various cars.
Are you just trying to go over all these illustrated titles?
Pardon?
Motoring memories.
Yeah.
Discussing diecast.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think of this model. Let us know what you learnt to drive in. But for now, we hope we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.